Yo, so we have had this conversation before, I think in the past, but this conversation is always fun to me. And I know that sometimes it can change as to what your answer will be. So I want to touch upon this again. And we have a new listener base, so they might be hearing this for the first time. But when you look back on all the movies that you've watched over your life, I'm sure that there is one disturbing scene that sticks with you, something that you can't forget, something that just kind of hit a chord with you, that struck a chord with you. You're like, man, that makes me feel uncomfortable, or it just stays with you, man. Like, what is that scene for you?
Dude, it's not even like I don't even have to think about it. It's you've seen American History X,
Oh yeah. Oh man, I know what oh yeah.
dude.
Yep.
You know what it is,
It's the curb scene, right?
of course.
Yeah,
Like
that's rough.
that is, dude. Like it's just I don't even care who. I don't care who did it to who. Like that part was sick, but I mean it could have been flipped, and it still would have been fucking like, oh, because like you just think about it. I can't even
Yeah.
think about like just I can't even think about putting teeth on a curb.
Yeah, never mind.
Let
Oh.
alone going through with the action of stomping on the head while the teeth are on the curb. That is hands down to me the most disturbing scene in a movie in history. Go, because I got nothing else
You,
to say.
you
That
know
was
what's
just
funny?
awful.
It's so funny that you picked that out of everything, because I was watching something the other day where it was a 20-minute like YouTube video on Edward Norton, and he was talking about American History X. Like that movie like effed him up, dude. Like
I
he
can imagine.
literally, it took a while for him to actually like come down like out of that character. He said he was like angry for a while. He had to like get that out of his system. Yeah, so he definitely like engrossed himself in that role, and I give him props for that. But that's, yeah, dude, I totally know what you're saying.
Yeah, just
Um,
like because it's so real. It can happen. You know what I mean? You can picture it, and you can empathize with the person that's going through it, and it's like and I do
yeah,
that a lot. I always put myself like kind of in the shoes of somebody who's going through something, and like even like getting shot or like getting beat up or you know fighting a monster or like being attacked by aliens. Yeah, that shit is like sick, gross, whatever. Like it looks like it'll hurt, but I mean, curb stomp, dude, hands down the most like cringe moment that I've ever had in a movie or a show or
yeah,
something.
yeah. I mean, I think I'm with you on that team, man. It's rough. I think for me, it's disturbing because, yeah, like I think I'm with this particular scene, it's more like empathetic, and like I every time I watch the scene on some level, I get like emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the movie The Abyss, where basically they're underwater. You know, they're like deep, man, and they're this, I don't even know what you call it, this rig that kind of, it's like a small like sub that they were driving around actually got stuck, and they were trying to get out of it, and the power wasn't coming back on, and it was actually starting to flood. So there's this moment where like he's got a wetsuit on, they make the decision that, or she makes the decision that she's going to drown, and then he's going to have to swim her back to the rig, pull her up, and then basically resuscitate her. And there's two parts to this. I mean, one, this woman was actually his ex-wife. They were married at one point. So he has to watch her drowned in front of him, which is like unbelievably, I can't even imagine that shit. I cannot imagine it. And she drowns. He like lets out this horrifying scream that he just saw like his ex-wife die in front of him. He brings her back. They basically like immediately, he's like, get this ready, like get ready to go, and like they try to resuscitate her. She's not coming back, and it's just like, dude, the whole scene, like he's it's just crazy because it doesn't look like she's gonna come back, and then he just starts slapping her, and he's like, you never fought for anything in your life, fucking fight. And then she finally like comes out of it, and it's like, it's just like, dude, I don't know why that scene always freaking gets me. It's disturbing because of what he has to go through,
Mm-hmm.
but oh, it's like a range of emotion. Like he has to
the
watch
it's
his
the
wife
empathy,
die.
man. I'm telling you, empathy is what really sells a scene, and if you can like make a person empathetic to what's going on, it's gonna resonate with that person forever, and you're always gonna remember that scene. Like you have to put yourself, you have to catch the audience in, not just in the feelings, but you have to make them picture themselves as the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you can do that, then your movie's just gonna, it's always going to resonate, always, especially that one scene.
Yeah. And I mean, it speaks to it, dude. I mean, it's a James Cameron film, and that guy's like an amazing director. And I think Ed Harris is just like a phenomenal actor. And this scene always just like really hits it with me, dude, every time. It's just unbelievable. And I think that they just do a great job, just like the whole cast, of making it seem like it's actually real. It's so good. So that's it for me. But I mean, if you guys haven't seen The Abyss, it's a movie worth watching. And if you haven't seen American History X, it's a movie worth watching.
Yes.
But it is hard to watch. So
yeah,
just be prepared for that.
That scene is hard to. I think the rest of it is kind of, you know, I mean, it definitely is. The rest of that movie has some things that are uncomfortable, but not uncomfortable where it's like really difficult to watch. I mean, I think Them has more of a thing like that, where like the entire thing is like, whoa, like this is just like, it's heavy. Where American History X is just more eye-opening and actually kind of made me feel like there's hope, you know, for people to realize like, hey, what I'm thinking in this regard is just, you know, it's the wrong thing, and like, you know, people are people. So like American History X,
chills. That's why I was like, oh, because I was thinking about that scene, like what you said
I'm
earlier, like picture your mouth on concrete, and then that like
just the mouth on concrete, not even anything else, just the mouth on concrete.
It's oh God,
no way.
But those are you know what though, those are scenes that they're groundbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like you would not expect to see that in a film, and I think that when they write the movie and they know they're going to do this scene, it's going to break down some barriers, or it's going to blow some people's minds. It's going to resonate with the audience, and it definitely succeeded. So, yeah, man. Well, thanks for sharing that scene. I think that might have been the one you said last time too, and I think The Abyss was mine. I think they still stay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I think I remember it. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, so
good call, man.
Good, man. Awesome. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to Tony and Cooley. We appreciate you listening every week while we ramble about stuff. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure that you do that now. Hit that subscribe button so you can see all the content we release every single week.
Yeah. And for those of you that are on Facebook, come check us out at the Nerd Ruckus Network. That is a Facebook group. So if you're, wondering, what you got to do is you got to look for Facebook groups and then search for Nerd Ruckus Network. Seek us out, request membership, and we shall approve you if we deem necessary.
Yeah. Oh, and if you guys don't have time to watch our videos on YouTube because you're busy, obviously you can still listen to us on any of your podcast listening platforms. Just look up Tony and Cooley and you will find us there. And that's it. There you go.